Are you a teen or the parent of a teen who's looking to start our workout plan but really don't know where to start? Don't worry, today I got you covered. Welcome back, guys. I'm Sean LaFloch of Floch Fitness, and if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe so you can stay up to date on all the latest content and workouts. Before today's workout, make sure you're consulting with a healthcare practitioner to ensure that working out for you is safe. With that being said, let's get started. For this workout, you're gonna need minimal equipment. A set of furniture slides, a mini band or some TheraBands they might have laying around, and then something around 4 to 6 inches in diameter or width to use to squeeze. So a rolled up towel, a yoga block that you have lying around, or anything else like that will do. Today's workout is gonna start with a warm up. And to get our body temperature up, get a little bit of sweat going, we're gonna do something called a wall sit. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna have your feet off the wall, back on the wall, and then you're gonna sit your hips down until your hips are even with your knees. We're gonna hold this for 20 seconds on, then we're gonna rest 10 seconds, and we're gonna do this for 6 rounds. 3, 2, 1, begin. So guys, today's workout, we are going to be doing a lot of different movements, and there's gonna be rest between these movements. If you require more rest for any of these movements, you can always pause the video and then hit play to get back into it. But I will be building in rest as we go. 3, 2, 1, and rest. During your rest time, obviously you can get a drink of water, towel off, whatever you gotta do. But again, you're gonna go at your own pace for this first workout. Back to it. So this exercise is simple but challenging. We're trying to keep our hips even with our knees on this exercise, so we feel lots of tension through our quads, making sure we're not arching our back, so keep your back flat to the wall as we do this, keeping nice, good posture throughout. 3, 2, 1, and rest. That's 2 sets down. We always want to start a warm-up out with something that's going to get you a little bit sweaty, get your body temperature up, but also hit some kinesthetic awareness that's going to prep you for today's workout. Back to it. What I mean by that kinesthetic awareness is your mind-body connection, basically knowing where your body is in space. And at this point in your development, it's more important to understand how your body moves than it is to increase intensity by lifting heavy weights. And you're gonna notice that everything is gonna be body weight, rest, or done with some very minimal equipment today. So you don't need heavy weights to get in great shape at this point in your life. Begin. This is something that I've been doing with athletes for many, many years, young athletes who are, and not non-sport athletes who are just looking to get in shape as well. Very minimal equipment, body weight, learn how to move, increase intensity from there. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Great job, guys. We got 2 more sets to go. Should be feeling those quads start to burn a little bit, get a little bit of a sweat going. 3, 2, 1, and go. Now, if you feel any discomfort from your knees or your back, you can always bring it up a little bit. That makes things a little easier. My feet are about hip to shoulder width apart on this exercise. 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Whew, I'm feeling it already. Whew. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last set, everybody, last set. I already got the sweat going. Feeling good. You got it, everybody. 10 seconds. Hopefully you got your best tunes on during this workout. Again, if you need to go back to get any of these descriptions, pause, go back. 3, 2, 1, rest. Good job. Okay, so now that we got a sweat going, got our body temperature up, it's time to get our dynamic warm-up on. Okay, so this next movement is called the 90-90 hip lift, and the point of this exercise is to start activating your core muscles, to feel your hamstrings and glutes, and to increase flexibility through the spine. The reason why we do this exercise is because it's a very simple exercise that allows you to integrate your breath with moving properly. When I say breathe in through your nose, You're gonna breathe in through your nose, but your mouth is gonna be closed and the tongue is gonna be on the roof of your mouth. Like that. That's gonna ensure that you're not breathing in through your mouth. Just like that. When I say exhale, I want you to think about blowing up a balloon so that you start to feel your rib cage start to drop down, back, and in. We're gonna be doing 2 sets of 5 breaths. Follow along with me. So the first thing you're gonna do is make sure that you have a wall that's safe to put your feet on. If you need to put a towel or use your socks, that's cool too. So I have my feet on the wall. My toes are gonna be pointed straight up and down, not out like this, not in like this. My feet are gonna be hip width apart, and I'm gonna take my ball or my block or my rolled up towel or pillow in between my knees. I'm gonna make sure that my hip is directly underneath my knee, and then my shin is perpendicular to the wall. From this position, what I want you to do is roll your hips underneath you, thinking about pulling your pockets down to the wall. I don't want you lifting your hips. I want you to think about pouring the water out the back. Another way of thinking about this is your belt buckle turning toward your face. As you do this, you should start to feel the muscles on the bottom of your butt turn on. From there, I want you to squeeze the block between your knees, and you'll start to feel the muscles on the inside of your thighs start to kick on. Now, from here, I want you to go ahead and reach your hands just past your knees. There should be an angle downward as you do this. If you need to put something underneath your head as you do this, that's fine, just to stay more comfortable. You can bring your chin up and out just slightly. Now we're gonna integrate the breath into this exercise because you should be feeling your butt and hamstrings working. Think about pulling your heels down on the wall to activate your hamstrings and glutes. The hips are rolled. We're squeezing the ball between our knees. Now let's work on that breath. Inhale through your nose, nice and silent. And then as you exhale, I want you to reach your hands toward the ceiling. We're not actually leaving the ground. We're trying to allow the rib cage to drop down to the ground and the hands to go further away from the rib cage. So this goes away from this. Let's do 5 breaths together. Inhale through your nose gently. Sigh. Reach, 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 reach. Let's pause. Don't let that back arch. Breathe in, reach. Sigh. Three more breaths. Breathe in. Sigh. Keep those hips tucked. Breathe in. Sigh. Two more, or one more. Breathe in. And all the way out. And relax. Let go of some of that tension. You can move your legs around just a little bit. Now, one thing I'd like to point out is that what we want to be thinking about as we're doing this is air is trying to come into our chest and upper chest area. So imagine there's 2 balloons on your upper chest and 2 balloons in your upper back that you're trying to inflate. But as you breathe in, I don't want you to let your ribs coming toward your face, arching your back. I want you to think about keeping those down the entire time. Let's do 5 more breaths. Tuck your hips, squeeze. Hands pointed down. Breathe in. Sigh. Good. As you breathe out, you'll start to feel your tickle muscles start to kick on. Breathe in. Filling up the chest with air. Sigh. Breathe in. Sigh. Breathe in. Sigh. Last one, breathe in. And sigh. And relax. Great work so far. Let's move into the next part of the workout. Let's get our workout started. Now that we have our abs and hamstrings and glutes activated, it's time for us to actually work on some upper body and lower body movements. The first lower body movement that we're gonna work on is called a furniture slide hamstring curl. This is a body weight movement that utilizes these things that you might have sitting around your house. Let me show you how this looks. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take your heels, place it on the furniture slides, and then you're gonna lie back. If you want a yoga mat or some kind of support, that's fine, just to make it a little more comfortable for you. What we're gonna do is start by tucking our hips and then pushing our heels into the ground. You'll notice that my back is not arched on this exercise, and I instantly feel my glutes and my hamstrings turn on. From here, I'm gonna slide the furniture slides out, straightening my legs, and then pulling them back in to activate my hamstrings and glutes. Now we're gonna be doing this in 3 levels of progression. The first level of progression that we're gonna do is tucking the hips, pushing the heels into the ground, sliding the furniture slides out, bringing your butt back down, and then pulling the furniture slides back in. We call this the eccentric, lowering of your body weight. This is level 1. If this is your first time doing this exercise, I want you starting with this variety. Level 2, we're gonna raise the hips up, then we're gonna slide one leg in and out while keeping the opposite leg extended. So it's out, pulling back in, out, back in, out, and back in. We'll do 15 seconds per side. The hardest variation of this exercise is the one we originally showed, where you're bringing your both feet in and out. We call this the furniture slide hamstring curl. For this exercise, you're gonna feel the back of your legs working. If you start to feel your lower back arch, regress the movement to something a little bit easier. The other movement that we're gonna be combining with this exercise in our first mini circuit is gonna be the front plank shoulder tap. For this exercise, you're gonna start off in a plank position with your knees For this exercise, you're gonna start in a plank position. Level 1 being from your knees. You're gonna tuck your hips, and then from here, you're gonna reach through your shoulders, touching your opposite hand to your shoulder each and every rep. This exercise is gonna be working on your core and shoulder and arm muscles. This is level 1. Level 2, we're gonna kick up onto our feet, and then level 2, we're gonna be in that plank position, reaching across our body and touching our shoulder. Level 2, we're gonna be having our knees off the ground with our feet about outside shoulder width apart. That's gonna make it easier for you to keep stability. Level 3, we're gonna bring those feet tighter in so that they're hip width apart, and that's gonna make it more challenging to keep yourself from rocking side to side. That's gonna look like this. And you can see that I'm working very hard to not sway my hips. So in general, we want to try to think about there's a glass of water on our lower back. We're trying not to let that tip to the side. So the way we're going to start this first circuit is we're going to do 30 seconds of our hamstring curls, 30 seconds of our plank taps, and then we finish it off with a 30-second rest. We're going to be doing this for 3 rounds. Personally, I'm gonna be doing level 1, level 2, and level 3 from round to round. If this is your first time going through this workout, I suggest you do the same. If this is a repeat of a workout that you've done before, what I suggest is picking the level that's right for you and doing all 3 sets at that level. Let's get started. 3, 2, 1, and begin. Lift the hips, slide, bring the hips down, back in. Lift, out, down, back in. Guys, we want to feel our hamstrings on this exercise, the muscles on the back of the leg. Keep your hips rolled underneath you the entire time. We got 13 seconds remaining. Remember, we're going right into the shoulder taps after we do this exercise. In and out every single time. Perfect technique is what we're looking for here, everybody. We're trying to set a foundation. Let's move to our shoulder taps. Push-up position, across the body. Hips are tucked, core is tight. Reach through your shoulders every single time. Reach and reach. Good, reaching. Don't let your shoulders collapse. Don't let your belly come to the ground. Stay nice and active, 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Excellent work. Now, if that felt challenging toward the last 10 seconds there, perfect. If you couldn't make it through all 30 seconds, it's a little bit too challenging, regress the movement. I'm gonna be bumping mine up to level 2 for this next set. If the 30-second rest is not enough for you, pause the video, catch your breath, and then jump back in. Let's get back into it. I'm gonna be doing the single leg curls these times. So we're gonna go in, 3, 2, 1, lift the hips, and now we're going one leg. I'm gonna be doing this for 15 seconds a side. I'm feeling lots of glutes and hamstrings on this side. Opposite leg is extending. 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's do the opposite leg for 15 seconds. After this, we're gonna go into the shoulder taps. I'm gonna have my feet wider than normal on this one for the level 2 of the shoulder tap. 3, 2, 1, and let's switch it. Right to it, feet are wide, shoulder tap. Beautiful. Back is flat. You're imagining there's a glass of water or a bottle of water on your lower back, and that thing isn't toppling to the side. You should feel core muscles, shoulder muscles on this exercise. Keep your butt tucked so don't stick your butt up in the air. A good suggestion would be to have a mirror so that you can kind of see what's going on. Or you can have somebody, an accountability buddy, to keep you in check and rest. Good work. We're gonna take one more 30-second rest, and then we're gonna get into our last set. I'm gonna be progressing this to level 3. Again, choose a level that's appropriate for you. If you just got done with this set and it was killing you, do the same work on this next set. Here we go, 15 seconds. Let's see if I can make it through all 30 seconds on these hamstring curls. These are tough. All right. So let's establish position. Nice exhale, activate the core. Tuck the hips and begin. Hips up, out, and in. Woo, feeling it. Hamstrings are working, core is tight, hips are tucked, don't arch your back. Again, if it's too challenging, regress the movement. Almost there. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and switch. Okay, feet are narrow on this variation. Whew, feeling it. Core working, shoulders working. Let's go. Come on now. Oh, I got my favorite song in my head. Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase. Keep it up, guys. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woohoo! Beautiful. Mini circuit 1 complete. Let's move on. Okay, so this next couple of exercises are gonna be emphasizing more of the front of the legs, the quads, and then also we're gonna be utilizing the upper back using the mini band for a row. Let me demonstrate what we're gonna be doing next. The next exercise is called a split squat. What we wanna do is we wanna take a stride, and there's 3 rules to the stride. 1, front heel, back toe. Okay, so my heel is off the ground and my front heel is down. Number 2, my body weight is about 50-50, so not way up back here, not way front, not way back. And the third rule is my back knee has to bend in order for me to do this exercise, okay? If you violate any of those rules, go back, check your form, and then get back into it. So the split squat itself, I want you to think about tucking those hips, so back pockets come down. Good. Notice how my pelvis is level, that bowl of water is level. And then from here, I'm just gonna go ahead and sit down and push through my heel. Most of the work is gonna be done by the front leg, though there is this stability aspect to the back leg. Now, if you're doing this right, you're gonna feel lots of burning through your quad and the bottom of your butt as well. We're gonna be doing 30 seconds per leg before we move on to the next exercise with the mini band. This mini band is gonna be used to wrap around your foot for a seated row. Take your band, place it around your foot, take your hand, place it on the band. You're gonna have a nice upright position. For those of you who feel tightness through your hamstring, you can have a slight bend through your knees to allow this position. I'd like you to be able to straighten your legs, core is tight, Posture is good, so you're thinking about a string pulling your spine straight up. And then from here, you're gonna start this movement by initiating with your shoulder coming back. That's how we want to utilize this movement, because that's going to use the bigger muscles of the upper back and lats and not so much the elbow. If your shoulder stays here and you're just using your elbow, not nearly as effective as if we pull our shoulder back and then the elbow comes along for the ride. Now I'm recruiting the bigger muscles of the shoulder as we do this. So we're going to do 30 seconds of rows per side, and we're going to be doing this at about like a 2-second in, 2-second out tempo. Now, how do we change the intensity of this exercise? You could do as a different size band or different thickness band as you do this. One extra bonus tip, if you take the band and place it around both of your feet, that makes this movement even more challenging, because now the band is taut from the first couple inches of the movement. So we're gonna be doing 30 seconds left, 30 seconds right on the split squat, 30 seconds left, 30 seconds right on these banded rows. And we're gonna be doing this for 3 rounds with a 30-second rest between rounds. Let's get started. Okay, let's get in position, starting off with your right leg forward, left foot back. Pull those pockets down, 3, 2, 1, and let's move. So we're thinking about like a 2-second down, 2-second up, nice and controlled, keeping your hips neutral. Remember guys, you're trying to do the entire range of motion where your back knee is kissing off the ground, you're pushing through your front heel, and you're keeping your spine nice and straight as we do this. You might feel a stretch through your back quad, which isn't too bad, but we're gonna feel that front heel working, we're gonna feel the bottom of our butt and our quad working. We're gonna 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and switch. Right to it, keeping those hips tucked. Good. For this, we are trying not to use our hands to push off our legs. We're gonna just keep them down by the sides. You can keep them across your chest if you'd like. 15 seconds. You're doing great, guys, good work. Right after this, we're gonna grab that band, take a seat, and we're gonna go right into our rows. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and switch. Take a seat, band around the foot, and here we go, right to it. Nice and slow and controlled. Good, we're focused on the muscles of the upper back. A little bit of the arms are working here. Really good. Upright position. That's what we're going for. 10 seconds. Good. Elbow right to the body. Good, not too far back. Don't let the shoulders slip. And switch. Look at this little move. Oh yeah, right to it. I ain't messing around today, everybody. Good. That's it. Keeping the core tight. Legs are straight. If you need to bend them slightly because you have shorter hamstrings, that's fine. Okay, shoulder stays back as I do this. Reach that band back in. Reach it back in each time. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we rest 30 seconds. Now, remember, if you have a little heavier band for this, you can use that, or you can wrap the band around both of your feet to increase the intensity just slightly. We're gonna go to our second set in 15 seconds. Now, if you wanted to increase the intensity on the split squat, you could grab a couple of bottles of water, hold them down by your side. That's something that you definitely can do as well. Maybe put a backpack on with a few textbooks. And begin. But we really don't need to increase the intensity all that much on this exercise. If you're going slow and controlled, trust me, I've been training for 20 years. Just doing this at a slow, controlled tempo gives me a deep burn. It's pretty much all you need to make improvements in not only your physical capabilities, being able to complete movements or perform movements, but also change the body, increase muscle, and your ability to move. Switch it up, tuck the hips, right to it. Good. We want to try and keep tension in the muscles on this one, everybody. So try not to pause and rest. Feel the muscles in your legs working and keep them working the entire time. A good rule is if you feel the burn, keep going. 10 seconds. We're gonna grab our band. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and switch. Right to it, upright position and row. Good. We're continuously moving just like the split squats. Good. Feeling the muscles of the upper back. There's some space between my elbow and my body, that's good. Shoulder comes back, arms along for the ride. Nice little pause at the top. Feeling those muscles working. 3, 2, 1, and we switch. Right to it. This is set number 2 of 3. Awesome work so far, everybody. Good job. Good, we're emphasizing the tension on the muscles. That's what creates the change. If you're flying through this very quickly, you're not gonna feel nearly as much of the stimulus, that change in the muscles. You need to go slow and controlled to really feel this. Rest. Slow and controlled is the name for the game, at this point in our development. As we start getting more advanced, that's where we can start to add speed to this. But right now, I want you to feel it. That's gonna set a foundation for your future in fitness. 10 seconds. Right foot forward, left foot back. Okay, we're gonna tuck those pockets. 3, 2, 1. Let's get it. Beautiful. You're killing it right now. Good work. If this is your first time ever doing this, remember, there is nothing wrong pausing this and then continuing on. Really all you're trying to do when it comes to your first workouts is just finish. Finish. Set forth a good pattern that when we start something, we finish it. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch it up. Right to it. Tucking those hips. Going great. Starting to feel legs burn a little bit, which is perfectly fine. If you feel any pulling through your knees or strain through your hips, back off the range of motion a little bit. That's okay. Ideally, want to be able to do a body weight movement to the entire range of motion before we load any of these movements as well. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's switch it up. Grab your band, last set. Here we go. Legs out in front, upright position, row. Row, good. Little pause at the top. Reach. Good, 10 seconds. Doing great. This is a tough little circuit. Keep it up. 3, 2, 1, and switch. Now you'll notice that these are 2 complementary movements. What do I mean by that? We're not using the exact same muscles on these 2 exercises, which allows us to be focused, controlled, and not interfere with the other movement. So an upper body pull matches nicely with a lower body push, whereas before, our lower body pull, pulling the hamstrings, pulling the heels to the butt, matches up nicely with the upper body pushing that we're doing. And rest. Great job on that mini circuit. That was challenging, but we have one more thing to do, and let's get after it. What can I say? You have done an unbelievable job thus far. But we're gonna finish this thing up with a challenge where we're gonna be doing 8 sets of 20 seconds work, 10 seconds rest of the following movement. This is called a hollow body hold. This is a movement that's adapted from the gymnastics world, and it's used to work on your core muscles, these front muscles here. Let me show you how this works. What we're gonna do is we're gonna bring our upper back off the ground. That's gonna start kicking on the muscles in the upper abs. From there, we're also going to have our feet off the ground. Now, when our feet are off the ground, our lower back should be pressed into the ground. At no point do you want your lower back lifting up off the ground. That's gonna use your lower back muscles and hip flexor muscles, and we don't want that. So again, a way to kind of hit this appropriately is reach up, try to touch your toes, and then bend your knees. It's as simple as that. Now, there is a way to increase the intensity of this, as if this is your, you've done this multiple times. We can extend the legs. The further you extend the legs, the more challenging this becomes. But we never want to extend the legs past the point where our lower back lifts off the ground. That's a no-no. So again, reach up, try to touch your toes, and then just bend your knees. If this is too challenging, pull the knees into the chest, get your upper back off the ground, and you just hold on to your knees. By holding on to your knees, it just takes some of the burden off of your abs and allows you to complete the movement for the prescribed number of sets and time under tension. So again, we're gonna do 8 sets of 20 seconds work, 10 seconds rest. If you need more time between sets, just pause, recover, and then get back into it. Here we go, everybody. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and begin. So we're feeling the muscles here working. We're reaching, rounding the back, and you should almost think like it's a disc, okay? That disc shape is what we're going for. The lower back is on the ground, all right? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Now, if you felt that was moderately challenging, perfect. The number of sets with the very little rest is gonna make this more challenging. And back to it. Set number 2 here. One of the reasons why I love this workout is that it doesn't take very long. The work time, the total time for you to complete this is under 4 minutes. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. 2 sets down, 6 more to go, and then afterward, we're doing a cool down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, back to it. After the split squats and the rows, the hamstring curls and the shoulder taps, getting done with some core work, it's a good workout right there, everybody. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Doing a total body workout like this 3 times a week, it's pretty much all you're gonna need in the beginning here. Add some walks in there in between days. That's a great workout routine. Nothing more needed there, especially if this is new to you. Remember, everybody, it's about the quality of work, not necessarily the intensity of what you're doing it. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. The other awesome thing about this type of workout, you really don't need all that much of equipment. So whether you're at home in your garage, or you can't get to a gym, or maybe you're on the road traveling, you can get this in. Just stick your furniture slides and your mini band or your TheraBand in there, and you're good to go. We're into our set 5 here. We're just cooking through this. Feeling those abs working. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. If you can make it through all the way for all 8 sets, the next time you do this workout, increase the intensity a little bit. Bring those legs out just a little further, see what happens, and begin. One of the concepts that I like to really enforce and really reinforce is just get outside your comfort zone. So you just want to be right here, something that's going to challenge you just a bit, hit that work until it's not challenging anymore, and then create a new challenge. Rest. Either way, right now, if you're here doing this workout, you're doing good work. There's a lot of people out there who are just sitting on their backsides and go on the couch, wondering why they're not getting in shape, wondering why they're not getting change. It's because you got to try something that's outside your comfort zone. You're doing that right now, so I applaud you for that, especially if you made it this far in the workout. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Great work. We've got 1 more set to go, and you guys are done. Then we get into our cool down. 3, 2, 1, go for it. Here we go. 20 seconds left in the workout, then we cool it down. Don't forget this cool down, it's super important. But we got work to be done for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Awesome job. Let's cool it down. Okay, it's time to hit this cool down. We're gonna be loosening up some of the areas that we've worked on, maybe working on a little bit of the mobility and flexibility that we wouldn't have had had we been cold. So I like to warm up the body and get into some of this mobility work. So follow along with me. We're gonna start off with the child's pose variation. So you're gonna have your hands out in front of you, sit your backside down to your heels, and your arms are gonna stay straight on this. I don't want your arms bent so that you can drop your chest down. I want your arms nice and long, sitting your backside down to your heels. You should feel a stretch through your lower back, mid back, and lats. I always love to take some nice inhales, filling that upper chest with air, all the way out with the breath. Walk your hands out to the left. Now you're gonna feel a stretch to the right side of your body here. Nice breath in, all the way out. Walk your hands to the right, feeling a left side stretch. Rock forward. Now we're going to loosen up the muscles of the inner thighs and hamstrings. Bring your leg out to the side, knee is down, and now I want you to go ahead and sit back and hold to get a stretch of the inner thigh and hamstring. You don't want this knee bending, you don't want it turning in. Keep that foot flat and hold. Switch it up. You might find that one side is a little bit tighter than the other. That's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with you. And relax. Our last exercise that we're going to do to clean up or to finish up today's workout is a long seated position. And if you are especially going through a growth spurt where you're increasing your height, you're in that 13 to 14-year-old range, this is a super important exercise because the hamstrings tend to get shorter as we increase our size. Now, what we're not trying to do is we're not trying to stretch our hamstrings. We're trying to learn how to breathe comfortably in this position. So you'll notice that I'm going to keep my spine nice and tall. I'd like to pull my toes back toward me. That's going to improve the stretch in my hamstrings. And then all I'm going to do is keep my hips tucked underneath me and try to get tall as I breathe out. Drop those ribs down. Fill that upper chest with air, upper back with air. All the way out again. If you can breathe in a position, that means the body's comfortable in that position. Breathe in. It's going to feel tight. That's okay. Breathe all the way out. You might feel this more comfortable now. Let's do one more breath. All the way out. Keep going. And relax. You can go ahead and bend those knees. Bring them in just slightly. Drop your head, close your eyes, and I just want you to kind of envision your body just relaxing. You did good work today. You did something for yourself today. You did a selfless thing, working on your own fitness. It's one of the most important things you can do. And if you're here right now listening to this, that means you made it. That's awesome. Good for you. Congratulations. Awesome work. Get in a comfortable position. I like the crisscross applesauce personally. Once again, congratulations for getting through this workout today. Again, if this is your first time doing this, awesome. If this is your second, third, 12th time doing this, hopefully by this time you're increasing the intensity of some of these exercises by working through the progressions that I highlighted in the workout. Do not neglect the warm-up or the cool down. Those are such integral parts of this because again, at the stages that you guys are at in your development, learning how to move properly is the primary thing you want to focus on. If you do this now, as you get older and want to put on some muscle mass, explosive strength, all those things, you're going to have a platform that's better than anything else you would have had you struggled with lifting weights and that kind of stuff. Guys, if this is your first time at Floch Fitness, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like the video, comment below of what your favorite exercise was that you completed. We'll see you next time with another video from Floch Fitness. Have an awesome day.